So Keir Starmer has written in the Times today.
Brilliant.
He has written about Just Stop Oil, and he's described their drilling demands as contemptible. Now, what this is needs a bit of context. So Grant Shapps, a couple of weeks ago, put out a letter basically linking. So someone who donates to the Labour Party has been sympathetic to Just Stop Oil, and then by the powers of deduction, Grant Shapps has said Keir Starmer is in bed with Just Stop Oil, right?
He described the Labour Party as the political wing of Just Stop Oil.
That's the one. He was like, listen, if Keir Starmer could himself, with his own body, plug an oil field, he would do it. He has himself plugged the North
He's
Stream
never
pipeline.
not protesting, chaining himself to motorways, etc.
Yeah.
That's the Keir Starmer we all know.
And then what Keir Starmer has done in retaliation is covered himself in oil and walked through the streets of Westminster shouting, I love it!
I love it. Fuel me more.
So he basically said that their demands are too much and we're not going to kowtow to them. And it's all a bit, I get it. He's trying to appeal to someone.
Yeah, people think Just Stop Oil. But it's also, Labour won't revoke any existing licences. So even the 100 new ones.
Yeah.
Which don't serve any purpose in combating climate change or emissions.
But that, to be fair, he has said that about every single policy that the Conservatives have put down. Like, there's been like a really abhorrent policy, like, for example, the protest laws that were brought in, which was like, you can have a one-person protest and you can be arrested for that. Starmer was like, well, I'm not sure if we can repeal that, but we will have a little think about it. He's just he's not nailing his colours to any mast.
No, I wonder, I can't remember who it was, but someone said they would like a little bit more, a bit more sugar with their medicine.
Right.
I think like Starmer's really spelling out his like sensibleness in quotation marks, as in like that's how the commentariat would describe it. Like he's being sensible about politics. He's saying he's not promising anything massive. He's kind of tempering people's expectations. Because if there's a Labour government, it will be hard. Like it won't be overnight. Everything is brilliant, regardless of whatever Labour government came into power. But I think people do need a bit of excitement, a bit of, I have a positive association with the Labour Party, rather than it just being a protest vote.
Yeah, what I don't get is the kind of the policies that are being put forward. I don't understand why they're not coming in talking about how the Tories have had poor stewardship of the economy, right? They haven't, added things up. There's all these crony contracts and all of this sort of stuff. Why don't they come in and say, this is how we will spend your money? And not just every single time say, oh, we're going to introduce a non-dom tax and then, pay to clear the NHS backlog with that. Like, come in with something that the country can actually look forward to, as you're saying. Offer us free school meals. Like, Jesus Christ, just let the children eat something.
Yep.
Talk about, building the 40 new hospitals that the Conservatives couldn't be bothered to construct. Talk about how you're going to get people on the housing ladder. Do things that are exciting.
Do you think even if they don't want to do that, do you think it'd be worth something if they were like, just kind of the reflex anti-Tory-ness that's quite like FBP, like just being like they're liars, etc. If they like came in and spelled out this is exactly how we would behave in public service, like completely transparently, even if it wasn't like exciting policy-wise, it would give people more of like they are committing to being honest, transparent. This is like we intend to have full breakdown of government spending, procurement, etc., rather than just kind of the opaqueness. Yeah. But do you think would that be anything?
It would be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, what have we got right now?
Kind of just reflexive anti-conservatism.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and all of the polling, we've said this before, but all of the polling does show that people are only going for Starmer because they don't like the Conservatives. It's not actually anything flavourful,
No. Oh, but then what would he do? What would he like? I kind of think Starmer's problem now is so much kind of anti-Starmer sentiment is so embedded that I wonder, even if he was to suddenly switch and promise a lot and commit to a lot, would kind of Starmer's critics from the left, would they change their mind? Would they then support him?
I think you're going to really struggle. I mean, but he also doesn't want the left.
No, true.
He doesn't want the far left. Which also far left far left is quite a disingenuous term because it kind of equates with far right, which are two very different things. Yeah, the socialists of the party, the socialist wing of the party, which he has worked really hard to expunge, aren't going to leap on him, but they might. I mean, young people, I really think the key to the next election is housing. And if there is some kind of government-backed loan, say you've paid your rent and you can prove it for 7 years, every single month you've paid £850, which is normal for people in big cities, you can have a government-backed mortgage.
Yep.
That would be the hot ticket.
Yeah.
I might even vote for that.
And what were you going to do before?
Oh, Lib Dem.
But then I suppose there's not enough houses as well. You need to.
Yeah.
That needs to go hand in hand with.
Yeah, but you'd be like, I'm going to build.
Yeah.
I'm going to build.
It just doesn't. Even just talking about that, I'm just like, well, Starmer's obviously not going to do that. It's just.
But also converting office property, because there's been a conversation about that recently. Gove wants to do it, doesn't he? He wants to, like, if you've built an office block, you can turn it into housing and vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they need to be creative with housing, don't they?
Yeah. But there is no creativity in our politics right now.
No.
It's pretty bleak, that.
It's very bleak.
Is anyone offering anything sexy?
No. No is the answer.
Oh, cool.
That's good.